Welcome back to Chessbox Worldwide. We are diving into a thrilling high-stakes duo from the competitive East African circuit, hitting down the tactical aggression of candidate master Madol Garang Panthou from South Sudan against the former Uganda Open champion Rajab Kamoga from Uganda. Prepare for a tactical bloodbath as candidate master Madol Garang Panthou, the rising South Sudanese star known for his sharp tactical prowess and the recent qualification for the 2026 World Amateurs Open, Rajab Kamoga, the unpredictable battle-hardened Ugandan veteran of the 2022 Uganda Open winner. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very center of African chess excellency. Subscribe, like and comment to support the channel and see more high-quality games like this one. The white pieces. Candidate master Madol Garang Panthou opened the game with 1 e4. Kamoga Rajab, the 2022 Uganda Open champion, played knight c6, the names of which defense. Madol played another new move. He played f4. d5 should have been considered. Rajab played e5, bring us the king's gambit. Knight f3, and after e takes f4, he played d4. d5, we see e takes d5 and queen takes d5. And after c4, in this position, Kamoga Rajab went on and played queen e4 check. But however, queen h5 should have been considered. For example, after queen h5, we could have seen d5 hitting on the knight, knight e5, bishop takes f4, knight takes f3, queen takes f3, bishop g4, queen f2, b4, knight c3. The position is still equal, but black is dominating. But however, after c4, he played queen check, and after bishop comes to e2, bishop g4, knight c3 should have been considered. He played d5. Since the queen has pinned the bishop, if bishop takes f3, pawn takes f3, bishop b4 check, and after knight c3, attacking the queen, queen e7, d takes c6 is winning for white because now black is down a piece. After d5, Rajab played knight b4, threatening to come and check the king and win the rook which is sitting on a1. Knight c3, queen c2, a3 should have been considered. For example, after a3, queen takes d1, king takes d1, after knight a6, bishop takes f4, knight f6, b4, bishop comes to d6, bishop g5, and after long castling, king c2, h6, this would be a playable game and white would be dominating the position. But however, after queen c2, he played knight b5, threatening to take the pawn on c7, queen takes d1, king takes d1, and after knight a6, defending the pawn on c7, bishop takes f4, emphasizing the weakness on c7, c6, pawn takes c6, b takes c6, knight c7 check, and after knight takes c7, bishop takes c7, we see rook c8, bishop g3, maintaining the control of the diagonal. Knight comes to f6, and after bishop d3, knight h5 should have been considered, but he played rook d8, king c2, moving away from the pin, bishop d6, knight e5, bishop takes e5, bishop takes e5, short castling from Rajab, h3 should have been considered, followed by bishop h5. But however, he played bishop takes f6, and after g takes f6, he played rook f1, hitting on the pawn which is on f6, king g7, defending the pawn, rook comes into e1, rook e8, rook takes e8 should have been considered, but he played king c3, c5 should have been considered, bishop h5, c5, opening up a square to sit the bishop and also trying to create a dominating position for white. Bishop comes to g6, rook takes e8, rook takes e8, b4 from Panthou, rook e3, pinning down the bishop, rook comes to f3, after rook e1, f4, now he's pushing his pawn majority on the queen side, rook a1, attacking the pawn, king b3, rook c1, rook f1 should have been considered, but he played bishop takes g6, and after f takes g6, we see rook d3, taking control of the open file and trying to maneuver and enter in. Rook b1 should have been considered, but he played f5, pawn takes f5, rook takes c5, and now we see king b4, rook e5, rook d7 check, and after king h6, s6, the king is protecting the f5 square, and there's no way how black can try to come in, and the only move he has to play is taking back the rook, which is a very passive move. c5 check, and after king c4, rook e4 check, king b5 with rook b4 check, and after king f5, now the pawn is really and has become a real threat. Rook b8, we see pawn a7 hitting on the rook, and after rook comes to a8, king b6, and it was in this position after move 41 that Kamoga Rajab resigned the game. Thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck in your games.